Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big, weird, wild world out there, folks, and here we stand, al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob, that's the Natch, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
That's right, boys and girls, good morning. It is a beautiful Wednesday. Oh my God, it's hump day, Natch. Oh, we're halfway there. Well, not really, right? It's not really a hump day because we were off on Monday. So it's just like a hump day falso. How are you doing out there, folks? If you want to join in live with the show today and contribute to the content, I encourage you to go to twitch.tv/barra professional bohemian. There you can join us, chat with us, and contribute to the content. I want to say a big good morning to Pedro from Instagram, Eugene, Min, and Laurcara. How you doing, guys? Good morning. And the bridge. So if you want to join those people and help us create the show today as we go on, you can do that there. All right, friends. What do we have coming up in today's show? Well, in the second half of the show, I ask 100 humans which profession, which job is least likely to have a wild nightlife after work. So which profession are least likely to be party animals? Some interesting opinions there. And then we go to 100 humans and we find out what young Americans are doing to fight anxiety. And we find out about a Japanese seminar that's becoming more and more popular. Ooh. Some good Complete the News today, guys. Yeah, you're going to enjoy those. But that fun, my friends, is in the second half of the show. In the first half, we, of course, have our amazing unpopular opinion today, which is maybe one of the most popular unpopular opinions we've ever done. I can't remember the exact score on Instagram, but it was high. It was high. The unpopular opinion, I'll give you a spoiler. The unpopular opinion today is dating sites should let you leave reviews. Okay, so on Instagram, 86% in favor. 86% in favor of that. Yeah, I finally had a popular opinion, guys. There you go. I'm growing up. But before all that, I'm here, you're here. Let's see what's going on in the world. Right now, someone's distracting the Natch. Someone's come in there to chat. I'm doing fine. I'll be honest with you. It's not been as long and punishing a week this week as it has been. I actually got a good night's sleep today. Oh, how about you, Natch? How are you doing on this fine Wednesday?
Fine, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Are you looking forward to the weekend? We can see it now. It's on the horizon. Está en el horizonte?
El horizonte. Mm-hmm.
All right, more or less. That was more of a pronunciation mistake. Come on. Hi, Nessa for Nessa joining us today. How are you doing, Nessa? Good luck with your project. Nessa reached out to me earlier on. Okay, I have some cleanup first of all, Natch. A young man by the name of... who was it? Mario. He said, I'm going to paraphrase. A young man named Mario reached out to me on Instagram. He said, you always say how much you love Spain, but you can't love Spain if you don't like Spanish music. This is obviously because I pissed people off with my little talk about the Eurovision Song Contest. Do you think that's true? Do you think you can't love Spain unless you love Spanish music, Natch?
No,
me neither. Mario, this is for you, Mario. Okay, Mario, I want to put you in a scenario. Close your eyes, unless you're driving. In that case, keep them open. Mario, yeah, let's imagine you're single. You go out on a date. You know, things progress. You know, and you love this woman. She's got the perfect personality. She's beautiful. You know, you're considering proposing. You're considering popping the question. Only thing is, this woman, she has smelly feet. Or, if you were a woman listening to this, the guy, he has smelly feet. She says to you, you don't love me unless you love the smell of my feet. Right? It makes no sense. Of course you can love someone even if you consider they've got a flaw. And I don't consider Spanish music flawed. I consider my own ear flawed. You know what I mean? I just don't appreciate it, Natch. I don't appreciate it. You know, Like, I'm a caveman when it comes to Spanish music, which is weird because most guiris who come to Spain freak out about Spanish music. Oh, flamenco, so passionate. Literally, I could change my morning alarm to flamenco music and I would wake up faster just to turn it off. I'm pissing more people off. I need to stop. I need to start. I can see the messages coming in. How are you doing, Nessa? Thank you. No worries, Nessa. Good luck with your project. I think not loving your national music is a key part of being a citizen of any country. Yeah, right. Good one, Rob, says Nessa. So, Mario, if you're listening, you know, I do love Spain. I love Spanish food. I love Spanish people. More than the food, even. I love Spanish cinema. I love everything about this country. Everything. By the way, if you're an international listener, that's where we produce the show from. Just don't like the music, man. Don't give me a hard time. And it's weird, like, you know, as being someone who's given up drinking, right, for a long period of time, the way Spanish people feel about music is the way alcoholics feel about, or general public feel about alcohol. It's like you quit drinking and people will say, you know, well, really, are you sure? You don't want a little, you don't want half a pint. You don't want to try a shot, a little drink. The Spanish people are the same about music. You sure you don't want to try some Paco de Lucia? It's just you haven't heard enough, like I have. I promise you. Please. Okay, anyway. All right, sorry, Mario. There you go. So I do love this country. Just not a big fan of the music, man. That was in regards, obviously, to our little talk on the Eurovision Song Contest. Natch, I need to change my opinion drastically on an issue. You know, I'm a lover of science, Natch. I'm a lover of science. So when empirical evidence is given to me on a subject, you know, I have to adapt my opinions as to the facts. We did an unpopular opinion recently that was things were not better in the good old days. Do you remember? And I argued that no, on every metric, things are much better now. But it turns out, Natch, things were better in the good old days. Okay, I want to thank Carol for this. She sent me an image, Natch, of... I will share this with you on my social media in some form, my friends. So stay tuned to me on Instagram, is where I tend to post everything. On my YouTube, which is at the ProBoh Show. Stay tuned for it there. I will probably post it there. So she sent me an image of a cough syrup. Un sirope para cuando tienes un tos? No, that's so bad, isn't it? What is it? How do you say it?
Jarabe para la tos.
Jarabe para la
Jarabe.
tos. Jarabe. Is that pronounced right? I feel like
Jarabe.
I'm getting spit on the microphone, man. I need to stop. If you get COVID, it wasn't me. All right. So she sent me a picture for a jarabe. Jarabe.
Jarabe.
Jarabe. Oh, my God. Un jarabe de tos?
Para la tos.
Para la tos. All right. Jeez Louise. No nivelathos for me. I'm getting a anti-nivelazo today. So she sent me a picture for, I'm not going to say that word again, for a cough syrup made in the late 1800s, my friends. Made in the late 1800s. It's called One Night Cough Syrup. Okay, so let me tell you what's in this stuff. Things were better in the good old days, friends. So this is a cough syrup, I assume, purchased over the counter. When I say over the counter, like, you know, you go to any shop. Give me some of that One Night cough syrup. Here are the ingredients. Alcohol. Less than 1%. There you go, for the alcohol conscious among you. Chloroform. 2.5 milligrams. I think that's milligrams. Yeah, milligrams of chloroform. 4.5 milligrams of cannabis, indica. and 1/8 of a gram of morphia sulfate, which is morphine, basically. Dude, this isn't for a cough. This is a syrup to help you deal with life. And I want some. Take me back to the 1800s. So again, I will share that on my social media for you guys if you want to see it later. Crazy, yeah. A cough syrup from the 1800s that basically sounds like my university days. Alcohol, cannabis, chloroform and morphine. Unbelievable. The bridge is there. She says, for all those who don't understand your opinion of Spanish in the Eurovision Song Contest, I would suggest they sit through the Eurovision Song Contest in another country. I still shiver when I remember Remedios Amaya, vergüenza ajena. I mean, you know, sitting through the Eurovision Song Contest is how they break terrorists in Guantanamo Bay. I'll tell you everything. Just don't make me listen to more ABBA. Come on. No one should be made to watch that. That'll knock you out exactly. That will. So there you go. One night coughs. If it still exists, oh my God, guys. Buy it by the crate load. Okay, we've got some news. My friends. Oh my God. I had another silly thing I wanted to share with you, Natch, but we're going to do it tomorrow. Between now and tomorrow, I want you to think about men doing wee-wees sat down. I want you to think about that, because we're going to address that subject, Natch. We're going to address it. We have data. All right, so in the news today, let's see. This piece of news actually coming from the New York Post. I don't know how you feel about the New York Post, whether you think it's a reputable source of news or not. I question it sometimes. But here we go. New York Post. Google, Meta, Amazon hire low-paid foreign workers after U.S. layoffs. So these big tech companies, after firing so many people, are hiring low-paid workers from other countries. Let me give you a little snippet of this. Tech giants including Google, Meta, Amazon, Microsoft, and Salesforce have reportedly hired low-paid foreign workers shortly after laying off thousands of U.S. employees. Google, which let go of approximately 12,000 staff earlier this year, applied for dozens of foreign workers to take up specialized tech roles. Oh! You remember when we spoke about the CEO who's earning millions? Oh, this just pisses. This is for me. This is a failure of capitalism, right, comrades in the chat? Sorry, wrong meeting. This is a failure of capitalism, man. This is like we've seen this happen again and again. Remember when Zara used to produce all their clothes in Spain? Remember that? And the guy was a hero until he moved everything offshore. What a good guy. Hang on a minute. I think this is just a byproduct of capitalism. You see, every company only owes, or its only focus, its only objective is to make money for its shareholders. So if it can save a few dollars, it will. It seems to be, I don't know why they're making this is the hypocrisy as well. I just want to highlight some hypocrisy because this has been happening in the manufacturing industry, for the last 50 years. And now the big tech is doing the same thing and everyone's acting like it's something new. No, they've been doing their same old trick, these massive corporations, for years. So let's not pretend it's something that we've never seen before, right? Let's see. I know many men who sit down. Is it not normal? Oh, Nessa. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it tomorrow, though, because I don't have time. I have more news for today. Oh, God. Natch, I found some good stuff this week. It was a bit of a funny show yesterday. I had some guests who appeared late, so I couldn't really speak to them. So it was a weird one yesterday. But believe me, this week we've got some great content coming. Min says, sitting down is based on as long as you don't do it at public toilet. Sitting down is based along... I can't unpack that comment, Min. Sorry, it may be me being tired this morning. But yeah, you'd be surprised how common it is. Do you sit down to wee, Natch?
No.
No, me neither. But I have data. Anyway, let's continue. A weird piece of news that almost made it into Complete the News today. It is so weird. Get this. French Catholic priests are to wear scannable QR codes. So, you know, these codes, you use your mobile phone to scan, it takes you to a link. So, French Catholic priests are to wear scannable QR codes so the public can identify if they are a sex offender. Guys, I know you're about to reach out to me and be angry. Two things. Number one, I don't make the news, I just read it. Number two, I don't care anyway. Your tears are delicious. And your anger only makes me more powerful. So yeah, this is a piece of news from the Daily Mail. So again, take it with a pinch of salt. But I did see it in a few outlets. Unil had this. Yeah. Anyway, so Catholic priests in France will be required to wear identification tags with QR codes that can be scanned by a mobile phone to reveal if they have faced sexual abuse charges. The system, announced by the Bishop Conference of France, will use a traffic light system. Oh, isn't that cute? Traffic light system, where a red light indicates the priest has been stripped of their status due to sexual misconduct. An orange light indicates limited powers due to the experience or sanctions, and a green light shows full authorization to perform sacraments. Can you believe that? Look, here's my question, Natch. How much of an issue is sexual abuse in France in the Catholic Church? How much of an issue is this, where every priest has to wear a tag to identify if they've been, evil? That's crazy. It's mind-blowing to me. Again, I want to bring you the news that no one else is bringing you, guys. That's why I don't report on certain issues. But this, for me, is mind-blowing. I mean, and if this is true, and we all know this is an issue, we've all seen the stories, we've all seen the documentaries, we've all seen the movies based on this, on sexual abuse in the church. I think it's time, maybe, instead of making priests wear tags, there is some actual fallout from this. I don't know. That's just an opinion. And again, guys, most of the news that I talk about is heavily filtered through my own opinion. So take that for what it's worth. And finally, I wanted to talk about taxis, Natch. I wanted to talk about taxis, particularly flying taxis. Imagine that you call an Uber and it comes out of the sky like John Jetson. Well, this isn't imagination, pure imagination anymore. The Biden administration has announced the formation of an interagency, so a collaboration between several government agencies, an interagency team to develop a national strategy for advanced air mobility, such as flying taxis. Oh, dude. It's probably going to be super expensive, right? It's not going to be like an Uber home on a drunk night. But yeah, interesting stuff. Hypocrisy all around, says Nessa. I'm sorry, I don't understand. A priest who is a sex offender has no business being in the church. Yeah, I know. It's an odd story. Again, guys, you can read all these stories for yourselves. I will post all the links with a little too long didn't read under each one on my Patreon. You can see them all there. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. Yeah, I unpack the news a little bit more on that site. So yeah. It's kind of sad news, leaves a weird taste in your mouth. I understand that. So let's have a little palate cleanser, my friends. Let's go to today's unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
What even is an unpopular opinion, Natch? That's the question right now. What even is an unpopular opinion? Well, my friends, it's a brain fart, un pedo cerebral, un pedo mental, una rayada. I share it with you on my social media, namely my Instagram, which is @ professional bohemian, bohemio profesional, pero en inglés. I share it with you. You vote on it there, but the actual decision makers are the people who sit right here in our live audience, The Bridge, Min, Nessa Finessa, all the people who are watching live. By the way, guys, I see there are a lot of people watching, only a few people commenting. Leaving the hard work to you guys. So, today's unpopular opinion, Natch, is that dating apps, aplicaciones de citas, right, Natch? The dating apps should let you leave reviews of your date. Like Yelp. That's all I'm asking for, like Yelp. It would save a lot of time. Anyway, sorry. No editorial comments. I don't want to influence you. Nessa says, God no, have you taken a ride with Ubers lately? Last time we were almost killed. Imagine some of them flying. Can we get a ProBoh approved for Nessa Vanessa, please?
ProBoh approved.
Yeah, with more competition, they're under more stress to get there faster and do more jobs. It's kind of... Yeah, the whole taxi system is weird now. Like, the taxi drivers are pissed off. The Uber driver, everyone's pissed off with everyone else. It's crazy. Okay, anyway, so yeah, so that's the unpopular opinion for today. The dating apps should allow you to leave reviews of the person you have dated. And then, obviously, other people can read those reviews and make a decision on whether they want to date you. What do you think on the surface, Natch?
I couldn't agree more.
But you see, here's the thing. That system would be in massive benefit to me. You know what I mean? Because, I've got good references. Most of my, the vast majority, say 90% of my ex-girlfriends were friends. So I have some great references. So where I lose in the pictures, I gain in the references or the reviews. He's a little chubby and bald, but at least he's funny. 3 stars, will date again. That's all I'm saying. A little review system. Coralism, being able to read someone's reviews would be great, but what if someone is mad at you because you don't want to see them again and they leave you a bad review? Well, here we go. The elves, it's a great point, Coralism, it's a great point. Okay, so the elves have prepared some pros and cons for us, so you can make your decision whether this is a good idea or a bad idea. How unpopular is this opinion? So dating apps should let you leave reviews. Reviews can provide valuable information about an individual's past behavior, helping users make informed decisions and potentially increasing safety. Accountability. The prospect of reviews could encourage better behavior, fostering a more respectful and considerate dating environment. And reviews can offer insight into someone's character and compatibility, potentially leading to better quality matches. Woo! You know what I mean? Maybe you're a big fan of Dungeons and Dragons, Natch. You're a big fan of tabletop roleplay experiences. You go out on one date, the girl complains, dude, this guy, he's just always talking about Dungeons and Dragons. I don't like it. Someone out there is a big Dungeons and Dragons fan, and you just found love thanks to the Yelp review system. By the way, big tech, Tinder, if you're listening, this one's for free, dude. This idea's for free. Okay, against the idea of dating apps letting you leave reviews. Here we go. Privacy concerns, I think, is the main deal, right? Allowing reviews may infringe on users' privacy and could potentially be used maliciously to damage someone's reputation. That's a point Coralism was making there. Dating experiences are highly subjective. A negative experience for one person might not reflect the overall character of an individual and can unfairly bias future interactions. The feature could be misused for personal vendettas, resulting in false reviews which could harm innocent users. The elves are just making my idea sound crap now. We'll punish the elves when I get home, Natch, don't you worry. Okay, and then finally, negative reviews could cause emotional distress and negatively impact self-esteem. Oh, precious little angels. Could negatively impact self-esteem, creating an unhealthy dating environment. You swap negative reviews for just the word dating app on that last one. Dating apps could cause emotional distress and negatively impact self-esteem, creating unhealthy dating environment. Dude, that's basically Tinder described. Reviews of dates isn't going to cause that. Dating causes that. Anyway, I got some messages with regards to this idea. Let's see if there's any good ones. Antonio said, it's a good idea. I mean, we rate everything else. Why not dates? Just keep it respectful and it's all good. Plus, think of the content possibilities. Yeah, you can see just a ton of TikTok videos reading out people's date reviews, right? And Marisa, I see the appeal, but honestly, it's a privacy nightmare. We can't turn personal interactions into some sort of marketplace commodity. There's a line we shouldn't cross. Marissa, I hate to argue here, but welcome to 2023, where everything is a marketplace commodity right now. Everything. All I'm saying is let's harness it for the one thing that really matters, Natch. Let's harness it for love. Oh, and on that final thought, friends, I will post a poll in the chat. I'm not going to tell you. You are going to tell me. Should dating apps allow people to leave reviews of their dates? Interesting question. You're going to tell me, and we'll come back after 4 short minutes, and we'll read your ideas, guys. So many things you could have been doing this morning, but instead of doing those things, you took the time to spend some time with me, and it means the absolute world. See you soon, guys. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of today's ProBoh Show. If you're lucky enough to be listening live or even watching live on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, then it's currently 9 a.m. Central European time, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. Or maybe you're one of the golden gods, those angelic beings, where it's impossible to know where or when you're listening to this. Our podcast listeners, guys, if you're not currently downloading the podcast, there you'll find extra episodes. For example, I know a lot of you listen to this on the radio. Well, you're missing the episodes that I produce at home when Vaughan Radio isn't live. What? More content from the bald man? True story. True story, friends. Well, if you're just tuning in, what have you missed? Well, friends, we spoke about how things were actually better in the good old days. Thanks to a lady who sent me an image of a cough syrup manufactured in the late 1800s called One Night cough syrup. Nat, you didn't hear this. Contains 4.25 milligrams of 4.25 milligrams of alcohol. Contains 4.5 milligrams of cannabis indica. 2 1/5 milligram of chloroform, which is the substance that in the movies they put on cloths and put over people's mouths to knock them out, and 1/8 of a gram of morphine. Dude, that's not a cure for a cough. That's a cure for life, dude. I want some of that now. All right, let's see. And then we went into some news. We spoke about Meta, Google, and Amazon after laying off huge percentages of their staff. They have started hiring poorly paid or lower paid foreign workers. Then we looked at a weird news story from France, where French Catholic priests are going to start. Or may have to start wearing scannable QR codes so the public can identify if they're a sex offender. Weird news, man. And then finally, we really briefly covered the US forming a team to set a strategy for flying taxis. Oh, dude, I hate flying, but I would love to experience Madrid from the air. That would be amazing, man. Oh, all right. And then we got into today's unpopular opinion. I'm going to rip off the Band-Aid right now, Natch, because I asked the people in the chat to vote. Okay. So I asked them, should dating apps like Tinder, OkCupid, Happen, you know the ones, should dating apps let you leave a review of your date? Let's get a little drum roll. 71%, Natch, said false. I'm sensing a little hostility around my idea. I've got nothing to hide. Review away, friends. Yeah, it couldn't be any more hurtful than my YouTube comment section. Okay, let's. So you guys have been frantically leaving a lot of comments here, so I'm gonna get into those right now. Give me a second. I need to scroll. Okay, let's see what people are saying. Oh man, you guys have left a lot of comments. All right, here we go. Min says, I don't think it would work at all. You're assuming goodwill. That what will happen in reality is people abusing it. Sleep with me or you'll get 1 star for a bad review. All right. God, you know, Min, que agua fiestas, right? What an agua fiesta, what a party pooper. Let's continue. Which will guaranteed happen. I don't think promoting blackmail via dating apps is a good thing. Look, there are ways we can get around that. You know, you can be reported. I'll report you to Tinder. You know? Agua fiestas. Come in here with common sense, Natch. You know? You'd think he'd know me better by now. The bridge says, ever since I came back, I'm extremely chill and pretty irksome. And I have noticed that everybody seems to be angry and stressed all the time. Except for our beautiful warriors here, live in the chat. I appreciate you guys. We've dated without reviews for thousands of years. It's clearly not necessary. Look, it's clearly not necessary. It's not necessary to buy sliced bread either. You've got a knife at home, but we still do it. Not necessary. Just saying, reviews, it would help. It would help the selection process. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, on my Tinder, there is no selection process. There's no selection. It's just, there's nothing. It's like walking into a gigantic empty room. All right, anyway. Pedro. Rob, I couldn't disagree more. Wow, a lot of, these people who have felt their support for many years. No, here we go. Seriously now, I'm being silly. Pedro says, Rob, I couldn't disagree more with you this time. I'm not a user, nor do I plan to be. But this is the confirmation of the idea that hedonism rules society now. It does. Let's not be under any mistake. It kind of does. We're not supposed to be a product to satisfy our partner's expectations. We're not products to meet certain specifications. That's a great point. Also, a real match is something completely subjective that depends on two individuals involved in the relationship. You may be a bad match in one occasion, but perfect in another, even with the same person. We all have better days. Can we get Pedro and Min and Neva Lathor or a ProBoh approved?
ProBoh approved.
You guys, dropping the knowledge, keeping the chat legit, and I appreciate you. Look, you don't have to agree with me. It's not a prerequisite to partake. Because as I've said many times before, I'm the king idiot here. I'm the king idiot. I need your opinions to educate myself. Let's see. If a relationship or date doesn't work out, how objective can people really be? Most people won't even look at themselves and their own behavior to see if they did something wrong. It will 99% of the time be the other person's fault, even if reviews were done fairly with no intent to blackmail or take revenge. Even then, you can't trust reviews because of people's inherent biases and general inability to look at their own behavior. Yeah, I agree with that about the review system in general. I could not agree more. So why are we reviewing food and movies, which are equally as subjective, but we find them useful, right? Just to play devil's advocate. They're both subjective experiences, going to a restaurant, going to a movie. I loved Guardians of the Galaxy. You guys might hate it. Just saying. Just playing devil's advocate here. I can feel myself pissing people off, Natch, and it feels so good. Feels so good. Okay, Rafelka says, for your news, Colorado driver tried to avoid... we've done that piece of news, Rafelka, but thank you. Do you remember that one, Natch? A Colorado driver tried to avoid a drunken driving ticket by switching seats with his dog. That was a good one. Let's see. Nessa says, maybe they could create a kind of checklist and you tick whichever you think best. That way the platform controls it and doesn't get out of hand. Oh, there we go. Nessa coming in with, with some advice here. I like this. That way the platform controls it and doesn't get out of hand. Ugly as hell. Tick, beautiful person. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Or, you pick a certain amount of people that are just trusted reviewers. Oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay, I have to close this out, right? So you guys, you're the official people who actually have the real voice here. You guys say, no, that's a terrible idea. On Instagram, they said, wow, this is the best idea I've ever heard. So I think it was my argument. My flippant attitude towards finding a partner that's turned you all off. Right, well, okay, let's get some final thoughts in here. Yeah, people are inherently selfish and petty, so it does worry me. I mean, most of my dates have been pretty average experiences, I'll be honest, otherwise I wouldn't be in the situation I am now. But it would be useful, wouldn't it, to have some real world kind of reference to the experience you're about to have, to really know the nature of a person. This is this topic is interesting to me. Why? Because we all kind of lay our hearts on the line on these apps, or we all. I don't. I don't right now, but who knows in the future? And it is the apps or the way we kind of encounter people on online dating sites is so superficial. It's so superficial. Picture left or right. There's no nuance to that. There's no nuance. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to come up with a way to have nuance for people who are just great people. And it doesn't maybe come across in their photos or their bios. Help the lonely people. Okay, hang on, Min. Will you get professional date reviewers like you have them for movies and restaurants? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Oh, man. What is his name? John Ebert or whatever? The Chris Stuckerman of dates. Wow. Don't those people know you're trying to do something way more important than listening to them? Rafelka. The only parts of the show people keep phoning me when I try to listen to the show. Rafelka, those people are selfish. You have my permission to not answer your phone while the show's going on. Tell your boss to speak to me. Speak to the bald man. He'll set you straight. So yeah, it is a terrible idea, isn't it? Because people are petty in nature. People will kind of abuse a system like that. But it is interesting to think because it would be so useful to have an insight. So what this question reveals is not the deficit in dating apps tools, but a deficit in dating apps in general for me, which is a person's personality. The way a person shines outside of a photograph or a short bio, tweet-length bio. It's so cold and impersonal, and that's very much the way modern relationships seem to be ignited. So there you go. Those are your final thoughts, guys. Thank you so much. Should we be allowed to leave reviews on dating apps? An overwhelming no from the people in the chat. Thank you for participating, guys. And on that note, let's go to 100 humans. Oh my God, friends. It was a long walk to work today, across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys. And on that walk, I encountered 100 humans. And I asked them all a question. Would you like to know that question? Tough. I'm going to tell you anyway. Which job is least likely to have a wild social life? Like to go out and get crazy after work. Which profession is least likely to have a wild nightlife or social life after work? That was the question. They gave me their answers. I have the top 7 answers here, some of them quite surprising. Don't blame me, blame the 100 humans. Your job in the chat is to identify those top 7 answers. Let's see. Pedro says, maybe you can ask the partner to make a review comment like LinkedIn. So only positive references. There you go. Look, you guys are helping me out right now. I'm going to write to Tinder. I've never used one. Too old-fashioned. I would be terrified to do so. Yeah. I have my thoughts about these apps, man. Okay, let's see. What do you think, Natch? Of course, we're going to the Natch first. What is a profession, a job, that is the least likely to have a wild social life?
I'm not sure the name. Garbage people, the people that.
Yeah, like in
garbage.
England, we say bin man,
Bin man.
or a refuse engineer is like the PC way. But I was a bin man, and I don't mind you saying bin man. I think a trash collector maybe in the States. I'm not sure. Refuse collector, you can call them if you want to be PC. So bin man, is it there? No, it's not. Oh, sorry, Natch. It's a good answer though. But let me tell you, when I was a bin man, we had a good time. It was an early start in the morning on a Monday, but Friday afternoons, evenings, Saturdays, they got crazy. All right, let's see. Oh, wow, you guys in chat are doing great work. Who was the first person to answer? It was Eugene. And Eugene said, drivers. A driver. A driver. Is it there? No, it's not. Sorry. Good answer. Can't be drinking and driving. Min says a librarian. A librarian. Is librarian there? A job at least likely to have a wild social life. It's there. Well done, Min. It is the 6th most popular answer, with 7 of 100 humans saying a librarian is not likely to have a wild social life. Ambulance driver, says Pedro. An ambulance driver. You know what? I'm going to take ambulance driver, and Coralism says doctor. I'm going to smush those two together. And I'm going to say doctors. People are, yeah, well, it is there. Well done. The 100 humans, because they already know the answer. It's there. It's the number one answer. Well done to Pedro and Coralism. 36 of 100 humans. Number one. You guys killing it. We'll just write down, yeah, and Pedro, well done. Okay, what's next? We have brokers. A broker. That's someone who works in finance. You know what? It's kind of finance. I don't know finance. Let's just say an accountant, right? Brokers dealing with money. An accountant. Is accountant there? Yes, it is. Well done. An accountant. An accountant. Un financiero, would you say?
Un contable.
Contable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, accountable. No. No. An accountant. Okay, an accountant is there with let's see, 9 of 100 humans. It's in 5th place. Well done. Bouncers, says Min. Bouncers. Un hombre de seguridad. What do you say? Well, you say gorilla, really, don't you?
Sí, pero
but it's not very nice.
Persona de seguridad, sí.
Yeah. Persona de seguridad.
Alguien que trabaja en seguridad.
A security dude. A bouncer, as we say. Because they can't, obviously, Min gives us some rationale, because they can't have a wild nightlife, because they're working. Someone says, Nessa says, like, night workers. Same reason. Neither of those are there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. IT, says Rafelka. IT. Tecnología. IT like Diego. I'm sure Diego has a... I bet Diego from IT can't help but have a wild. That's an inside joke from our lunchtime show. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so is IT there? People who work in IT. It's not there, guys. I'm sorry. The 100 humans say lawyers, but they're wrong, says Pedro. But do the 100 humans say lawyers? Yes, they do. Pedro, well done. And Pedro says they're wrong. They do have wild nightlife. I can believe that. 11 of 100 humans actually did say lawyer. And it is the fourth most popular answer. Let's see. Lawyers... I mean, I can't read that on the air. Pedro says bartenders. For the same reason as, I believe, security people or night workers, but still, it's not there. Sorry. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right. Okay, Nessa says nuns. Ain't got none, don't want none. Ain't likely to get none. Very good, Nessa. So nuns. Let's spread that out. Let's make that a bit more inclusive and say members of the clergy. They're not likely to have a wild nightlife, Natch. And the 100 humans agree. It's there. Well done. Guys, you're doing great work. You only have... You only have 3 to get. You only have 3 to get. Or 2 to get. No, you only have 2 to get, right? Okay, I'm going to give you some clues. Okay, I know from personal experience, working in this company. I work in a company that teaches... Oh, God, I'm just giving away. That teaches English. And I know that the people who work here have wild social lives. I've experienced it. So what job is it, Natch?
Teachers.
Teachers, of course. It's teachers. Min says, sorry, Rob. Lawyers do 1800s cough syrup. Dude, I want some 1800s cough syrup. These guys were living the life back then. So it is teachers. Well done. And finally, that was the third most popular answer. Okay, finally. Finally, there is one more. These people enforce the law. There you go. It couldn't be any easier than that. It's not lawyers, the people who enforce the law. Who am I talking about, Natch?
Police.
The police. Well done. Of course, I'm not talking about Sting and every word, every move you make. I'm talking about the profession, police officers. All right, police said Nessa, police says Min. That was hard. Sorry, I made it so easy. All right, let's go through the list. I asked 100 humans to name a profession, a job that is least likely to have a wild social life. In position number 7, we had the clergy. The clergy. In position number
6,
we had librarians. In number
5,
we had accountants. In position number
4,
we had lawyers. Pedro said that's wrong. They're always taking 1800s cough syrup. In position number
3,
we had teachers. In position number
2,
we had the police. And finally, with 36 of 100 humans, in position number
1,
we had doctors. Congratulations. Congratulations to Coral and to Pedro. I got so excited through that segment, Natch, I threw my pencil and it's now disappeared into the void. Thankfully, I don't need to make notes. Because we're going to go to complete the news.
Complete the news!
Oh, man. You know I've had too much fun in a show when I don't have time to finish the news. What do you want to know about, Nat? Do you want to know about fighting anxiety in the United States, or do you want to know about seminars in Japan?
Well, let's go to Japan.
You want to go to Japan? All right, let's do this. This is Complete the News, guys. I'm going to give you a news headline, un titular, and then 3 options. If you're one of the many people watching the show and you haven't contributed yet because you're too nervous, this is your moment. Because all you have to write is A, B, or C. Okay. As Japan ditches, I mean deja de usar, right? So, as Japan ditches masks, máscaras, obviamente. So as Japan stops using masks, blank becomes popular. So something becomes popular after the use of masks, but what is it? Is it A, smile practice seminars? Practicar sonreír. Is it B, beard hygiene seminars? So hygiene for your beard. Or is it C, dental hygiene seminars? Woo! As Japan stops using masks, blank become popular. Is it smile practice seminars A, B, beard hygiene seminars, or C, dental hygiene seminars? What do you think, Natch?
A, smile.
You think smile?
Yes.
You know, I'm surprised. Everybody in the chat is saying A too. You think that's the most likely? Why? Can I ask you why you think it's the most likely?
I thought first beard, but I didn't. I don't see many Japanese people
With beards.
With
That's
beards.
that's a fair point. Yeah.
So
All
I
right.
don't know.
Okay, here we go. I love this piece of news. Hang on, let's see in the chat. Ooh, it's a tie between A and C. It's a tie in the chat. I think you, Natch, you break that tie saying A. Okay, so it's a tie between smile practice seminars and dental hygiene seminars. Here we go. So as Japan ditches masks, drumroll, Natch. A, smile practice seminars. Well done. I couldn't fool you today, guys. You're on a winning streak. I think I won yesterday, but you guys have equalized today. Well done, well done. As Japan gradually returns to pre-pandemic maskless life following COVID-19's reclassification to a seasonal influenza, smile training seminars are seeing a surge in popularity. Again, I will post that piece of news, that link, in my Patreon if you want to support me and all the work that I do around the show, etc. You can find all that stuff there. Guys, thank you so much. What a great show I've had today. It's been a lot of fun, and it's been a lot of fun because of you guys watching. Friends, so many things you could have been doing this morning. So many. But instead of doing those things, you decided to take the time to spend some time with Natch and I, and it means the absolute world. See you tomorrow.